Joining me is Brendan Clark. He is the Vice Chair of the Barnstable Youth Commission. I also have Town Councilor Jen Cullum. She is the Town Council Liaison for the Barnstable Youth Commission. Thank you so much, both of you, for joining me.
Thank you for having us.
Really excited to learn a little bit more about the Youth Commission. Tell me, what is the Youth Commission and what does it do?
Well, the Youth Commission is really the voice of the youth in the town of Barnstable, and they really strive to share the ideas that students at Barnstable High School and at all the schools in the town have. So our main goal is just to get the student opinion on town politics, on town events, and on issues that they have within the community out to a higher level where they can be really dealt with efficiently and effectively.
And how long have you been involved with the Youth Commission, Jen?
So I was appointed to the Youth Commission as liaison, I believe last October. I'm not 100% sure, but we've been working really hard together, that's for sure, and embarked on a whole new plan for this particular Youth Commission because it's constantly reinventing itself. As people graduate and new kids are brought in, there's new charges and new responsibilities and new interests that they like to pursue. So we've just been working really hard on this particular summit that you're about to introduce, so I'll let you.
Yeah, let's get right into it. Let's talk about it. I know you guys have been working on a youth summit. You're holding this in March. Tell me, what brought up the idea? Who had the idea? What made you want to hold and host this youth summit?
You want me to do that one, Brendan?
Oh, yeah, sure.
Okay. So I think it sprang from a series of different places. I think that the Human Services Committee, which is an advisory committee, brought a report to the town council suggesting that a forum be presented on prevention in the town because it's never happened for our town specifically. And it's never really happened kind of across our community with different sorts of organizations, including municipalities, be present at it. That was one thing. And then the Youth Commission changed, and I was appointed liaison, and there was a whole new energy there that kind of took the ball and ran with it. So an advisory committee kind of came up with a general idea, and then we have a really involved adult advisor, Mike Hersey, who's a former town councilor who has been great and really diligent about kind of directing us in the ways we need to be organized to do it. We have the superintendent now on board. We have Cheryl Bartlett coming. We're asking the legislative delegation to show. So we're really trying to create a cross-community effort here to show that prevention is definitely a front burner issue for us in Barnstable.
What interests me most about this summit, too, is I noticed you're actually having two separate events. The first event is an evening event for adults and for parents and for lawmakers. The second portion of the event is actually a day-long summit for the youth of Barnstable, and you focused on 7th graders. Why the focus on 7th grade? Why is that an important age group to target?
I think we really felt that the 7th graders were they were about to get to the high school, about to get to that level where a lot of the conflictions of the teenage years really come to a head. So we really felt that tackling this issue right at the end of 7th grade, right as they're about to proceed to the high school, can just prepare them for any challenges that they're going to come, especially in the case of incidents with drugs.
Yeah, such an important topic right now. It is drug addiction and the opiate crisis that has plagued many communities, not just ours. How has the Youth Commission, how has the discussion about the drug issues, really happened in the Youth Commission?
Yeah, I'll start. So I guess the thing that is the most important and prevalent about our discussions on the Youth Commission is that there is zero talk almost anywhere of prevention. Even if you Google prevention programs in Barnstable, you get treatment programs. And they're two totally different things. And so this particular forum, the 7th grade youth summit, is really bent on showing people that there are measures you can take with good decision making and other aspects of life to prevent that from ever happening to you. Because once the treatment starts, it's really a totally different animal. When you're dealing with a kid that's teetering on the edge and that kid decides not to do drugs, well, then you've saved a life. And that's really what we talk about in the Youth Commission. We have the Community Impact Unit there as our liaison to the police department, and they've been fantastic. We're really focusing on not putting the drugs in the body and what that means. As opposed to everything else that happens after that, enforcement, treatment, and all of that. And even at the state level, when I went to the Mass Municipal Association, there was a conference that happened, a seminar, I should say, on the opioid problem, and they spoke for 46 minutes out of an hour-long session and did not mention the word prevention. So the problem is that less than 2 cents on every dollar, if you look at the math, and that's real, is being spent on prevention. And so the effort here from the Youth Commission is to kind of stop the insanity and start teaching kids better and more holistic ways of dealing with problems that inevitably crop up in adulthood. And when you're presented with adult culture like high school, there's going to be conflict and there's going to be stressful situations, and we're hoping through this kind of forum to help kids develop a lifeline of communication where they can go unjudged and hopefully in the end do some peer referencing, and so that's really the whole thing.
Interesting that you bring up the peer referencing and sort of a mentor, so to speak. Are you hoping, Brendan, that the 7th graders who attend this summit will have sort of interactions that may put them in contact with someone they can turn to?
Yes, absolutely. We're really hoping to. We have business cards that we're getting that we're going to be able to give out to all the students that we see, and we're really hoping to get a lot of these students onto the Youth Commission in the coming years that they're there, so that they can really form these connections. So I think through the business cards and through the advertising and through how frequently we will be able to appear and kind of interact with these students, we'll really be able to get out the message that we are here as a lifeline, that we are here as support, and that we can put you in contact with other people as well who share a like-minded connection to helping you out and getting you out of trouble.
Yeah, it's got to be tough too, I think, for kids to just talking to parents or talking to a teacher or someone that they could turn to, a mentor. Here's the thing that I find so interesting. The adult portion of the evening, you're going to have a woman named Brenda Conlon. She's going to come talk to parents. Her focus is going to be on how parents can talk to children. Why did you guys think that was so important to have as part of the Youth Summit?
Well, so I saw Brenda speak. She's a friend of a friend, first of all, and I didn't realize that connection until long after, but I saw her speak at the intermediate school to a group of clinicians and concerned parents. And while the clinicians were a little put off by her rigor and her vocabulary, the parents were clamoring for more. Because she talks to you like she's your friend, and you know how to open up the lines of communication with your child when your child's shutting down because they're making bad friendships, or they're, how do you open that back up? And she spoke in real time, in real words that I could understand because I'm not a clinician. And I felt like that was something to bring to these guys. I did a lot of the research about options of who to invite and put them all on the table for the Youth Commission. And I felt like as a parent that when I tried to talk to my nieces, who are teenagers, I'm like, do I really know how to approach this situation? I just thought it would be a very valuable thing for parents to learn. I do want to also say that at this forum, there'll be a lot of high school groups. We're really focusing on putting the good parts of the high school in the spotlight. So there's a group called Understanding Diversity, right, Brendan? Yep. Who will be there. And they're all trained by the ACLU. They are the best peer mentoring program around, from what I understand. They're a bunch of fabulous kids who are going to be there helping with the effort too. So it's not just going to be the Youth Commission doing outreach, but other older kids in the high school that are doing other things that are really interesting and very important. So that's the whole thing. That's the bent on Brenda Conlon. She's funny, she's engaging, she's informative, and you end up leaving the room like, oh, I can do this. I can have a talk with my 16-year-old son about this. And I just thought it was really valuable.
Now, Brendan, curious, you're going to be attending the adult portion as a member of the Youth Commission. Are you planning to address the adults who attend?
I think we're going to address the adults that attend both opening and closing for both nights, as I understand it, or hopefully we'll get to a chance to speak. But I think it's important for us to engage as students with the adults so that they can see that the Youth Commission is really making efforts and that the youth in the town really care about the problems affecting their children as much as we care about the problems affecting our friends.